I've mixed in some cobalt and some white, and I'm going to start at the top on a really dark layer of the sky. Some white into my blue mixture. I'm just going to come down in the sky so we get lighter and lighter as we come towards the mountain layer. Just taking the brush back and forth, working back up and further down. Continuing to add some white. Blending the colors back up and back down. Hello. I'm just decided to put some little herringbone clouds in the sky, just to give it a bit more rather than a plain sky. But you can experiment with this and do whatever you like. I'm just going in while it's still a little bit damp in the original blend. So I'm just going to now just put a few more highlights into the clouds and then basically leave it to dry before I start on the layer of mountains. So just making a really light, fluffy sky. If you have a look here, I've combined two photographs and brought the sky from a different photograph into this photograph because I thought it would just add a different touch to the painting to give it a bit more interesting sky. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an outline of the mountains onto the blue here, just so that I have a vague idea of where we're going to paint. So just going in and getting an outline that we can use. Okay, I've got four colors. I've got cobalt, titanium, darzanine purple and quin burnt orange, and I've mixed them together to find a nice purpley color, which I'm just going to put on fairly easily on the edges here, and just bring it down a bit because the trees are going to go over it, and we'll just do the outline of the mountain, and just leave it jagged at the bottom, that you don't have to have any specific At this stage I'm not worrying about where the snow patches are, we'll come back to that later. I'm going to vary the colour slightly in the lower parts just to show where there might have been some bits of rock that are subtly in the light. So nothing too serious, just some brush strokes here, just to give some depth to the mountains. Just using the basic colours and just varying the tone a little bit. So the next step in this process is I'm looking at the snow features on the mountains and I'm just drawing them in fairly loosely, and then with the chalk pencil just on top of everything here, and I will then paint them when I have them in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just paint in the little bits of shadowed snow, the ones that are all in the shadow. And in fact I think I need more blue, a little bit too pale. That's a little better. If you think you've got the wrong colour or anything, you can just go back in later and just go over top. It's not a problem. Just have a look at this, how it's progressing. Just so sometimes it's nice to just leave some little tiny gaps, so it shows that the rocks may be sticking out in that place between the snow. And I always tend to paint from the right to the left. I'm sorry, from the left to the right, because I am right-handed. So obviously do the opposite if you were left-handed. I'm just getting to the end now of painting in the little snow bits. What I haven't painted in yet is the highlight where the snow is in the sun, and I'll just wait until the dark snow is dried, and then I'll put the white highlights on the top. So I've finished with all the dark snow and the snow is dry, so right now I'm just going to add some little highlights of where the sun is just catching some pieces of this with snow and highlighting it through here. It's going down this way a little bit. And there's a few bits over here. In fact, there wasn't much, and a little bit down here. And I think that's all I'm going to do for now. Come up a bit there, a little bit more, even though it wasn't quite that big. should do it.